Hello everybody, it's Maikito. I hope everybody's been having a good day, a good night so far. We have a pretty decently sized slate tomorrow. Not as much as usual for a Saturday slate. And there's, for example, on PrizePicks, there's actually not a lot of prop stuff for the Spanish league, the German league, or the Italian league. They really only have stuff for the Prem. So I went through and tried to find stuff that I did like. If I have any added plays, which I might not, I have work tomorrow morning, they will be pinned in the comment about 30 minutes to an hour before the video goes out. Sorry, then the games play or anything like that. But I'll just get straight into the picks. The first player prop I have is Antoine Semenyo to go higher than 2.5 shots, playing away from home for Bournemouth, going up against Aston Villa. He's gone over in his last 5 out of 5 games so far, and he's averaged 4.76 shots per 90. So you're getting a discount here, and I expect this to get bumped or at least for the payout to go lower. And I feel like the reason why it's at 2.5 is because they're overestimating Villa's defense. They do have a good defense, but Semenyo's a shooter and he will find a way to shoot. He played against them twice last season. He played the game at home, went over with 3, and he came off the bench, only played 27 minutes away from home, and still had 2 shots in that time. So if you can get 2 shots and 27 minutes away from home last season, he definitely go over with full minutes as a starter, which he will be. So far this season, he's taken 20 shots with his left, 17 with his right, so he's willing to shoot with both feet. Almost 50% of his shots are from his with his weak foot. So doesn't matter where he's gonna be, he'll take the shot, which is really good, which is what we like. And then so far this season, he's taken 14 from outside the box and 23 from inside the box. So he's also willing to shoot from anywhere, which is also good for us. And Villa are weak against long shots, and I mentioned that because he's a good dribbler. He plays on the wing and he likes to cut inside and shoot. And not only does he cut inside and shoot, he can shoot with either foot. So he needs even less space than most players to be able to shoot, which is good for us. And he likes to take those long shots, and like I mentioned, Aston Villa are weak against those. And I think this is a good line, especially because Aston Villa just played a couple days ago in the European tournament, so they're less fresh. So Bournemouth have the advantage that they have. They're more fresh and have better legs. And I like this prop. I like Antoine Semenyo to go higher than 2.5 shots. My next prop is Jordan Pickford to go lower than 3 saves, playing at home for Everton, going up against Fulham. He went under in both games at home versus Fulham last season. He played him once in the league, and then once I believe in the EFL or FA Cup in one of those. He went under this prop in both of those games, and he's gone under this prop in 6 out of 8 games so far this season. And Fulham opposition keepers that have played them when Fulham has played away have gone under in every single away game for them. In all 4 away games, no keeper has had 4 saves or more, which is what we need. And Fulham don't get too many chances, and when they do, they tend to be efficient. So even when they do get the chances, there's a good chance that they could go in. And I also mentioned that because Pickford so far has only saved 59.5% of shots that he has faced, which is not that good. On average, a keeper should be saving at least 64 to 65%. He's averaged right below 60%, which is not even that good. And because, like I mentioned, Fulham, they don't get that many chances, and when they will get the chances, they're efficient. And now that Pickford doesn't save a good percent of their shots, that's even better for us. I just feel like 3.0 is too high of a mark. He won't get 4. And also, Fulham attack down the wings. While Everton's problem isn't defending the wings, their problem is fouling opposition. So it's not like they're going to be getting as many shots as they usually would. And I just don't think he's going to get 4. I think it's too high of a prop. And I just think they're overestimating maybe Fulham's form. They're efficient. Doesn't mean they're giving opposition a lot of saves. So I like this prop, like Jordan Pickford to go lower than 3 saves. The next prop that I have is Pablo Gazzaniga to go higher than 2.5 saves, playing away from home for Girona, going up against Las Palmas. Well, he's only gone over in 2 out of his last 5 games. And if you look at the games that he's played, he saved both shots on target that Slovan had, so he did the best he could there. He only had 1 save from 2 shots on target against Feyenoord, so he didn't have any chances there. And he had 1 save from 2 shots on target against Celta Vigo, so he hasn't had many opportunities to even be able to make those saves, so you can't really blame it on him. And he went over in both games against Las Palmas last season, and he had 5 saves in each of those games, which because Palmas shoot the ball a lot, which is what we like. And Palmas so far are averaging 4.6 shots on target from 12.1 shots, while Girona are allowing 13.2 away from home. So if Palmas just shoot how they normally shoot, even take the extra shot like Girona usually do so far this season, that's 5 shots on target. We need him to save 3, which is good. That's 60%. That's an average. That's a good average for him to be able to save that shot. and the chances are going to be there. Palmas are in the relegation zone, so they are desperate to be able to get points and go out there and attack because they don't want to obviously get relegated to the second division. So they're going to be out there and be aggressive. So it's going to be a lot of opportunities for them to shoot and a lot of opportunities for Girona and Gastaniga to be able to get those saves. Girona just played on the 22nd, so they've had a couple days rest and they had to. They are traveling to Las Palmas. It's not too far from Girona, by the way. They just played a couple days ago, so they're not going to be fully fit, which is another place where Las Palmas can exploit them and try to get more shots off. So he's going to be facing even more shots than what he usually will. And Palmas attack through balls, while Girona are weak at defending through balls. So again, Palmas are going to have plenty of opportunities to get those shots off. It's just whether Paulo makes those saves, and just chances will be there. It's just whether he makes a save. So I like this prop. I like Paulo Gazaniga to go higher than 2.5 saves. The last player prop that I like, you're getting plus value here, is Kavisha Kvaratskhelia to go higher than 1.5 shots on target, playing at home for Napoli, going up against Lecce. He's gone over in 3 out of 5 home games, and he shoots more at home. He's averaging around 5 shots at home, and he shoots even better and more against weaker teams. If you look at some of the home games against Modena, he took 8 shots, and against Palma, he took 12 shots. And last season he went from averaging 3 shots away from home to 4.4 at home. And the reason why I'm taking the shots on target instead of the shots prop, right now they have it at 4.5, so he would need 5. If he takes, for example, 4, I'm fairly confident that 2 of those are on target, and you're getting better value and higher payout at 1.5 shots on target. And I like the prop regardless. And Lecce so far the worst defense in the league. They've conceded the most goals, and they're averaging 14.9 shots against them so far this season. And their biggest weakness by far is defending the wings, which is perfect for us because Kavishka plays on the wing and likes to cut inside and shoot, and you guys know that doesn't need much space for them to be able to get those shots off. He's also a long shot taker. Last season he took 79 from inside the box, 49 from outside the box, and in this season so far he's taken 16 from inside the box and 12 from outside the box. He's a good dribbler, like I mentioned, and I like the value you're getting here against a weak Lecce side. So like Kavisha Kvaratskhelia to a higher than 1.5 shots on target. Before I get into the money lines, I want to quickly mention I have my YouTube membership for those that are interested. You get the props before in the video in general, before everyone else, before it goes out public, before plays could get taken away. And it's also a great way to support the channel. And I'm also thinking about making I guess a separate group chat or just something separate for those members. I'm not going to change the price or anything. The price is still the same thing. So I'm not going to increase it. I'm not planning on ever increasing that price. So if you want to join, go ahead and join that. And then I also have my links in the description for the player prop apps are Underdog, PrizePicks, and then with Underdog, I forgot to mention in the last couple of videos, but they still have for a couple more days. All NBA props, doesn't matter, you don't have to activate it or anything. All NBA props are boosted 20% than usual. You get an extra 20% payout boost. So if you want to use Underdog, my code is linked in the description there as well. And even then, most of these plays that I have so far are on Underdog so far. And then I also have my money lines on Fliff if you want to use that. And if you could like the video, comment, subscribe, do all of that. I really appreciate and thank anybody who supports me in any way, whether it's doesn't have to be financially, just anything really helps out. My first money line play is Napoli minus 1.5 at home going up against Lecce. They've actually gone over this prop in 3 out of 4 home games so far, and Lecce have lost by 2 or more in 5 out of 9 games. I'm not even saying which ones they've lost, just the ones that they've lost by 2 or more. In 9 games, they've lost by 2, and 5 out of those 9. They have the worst defense in the league, conceding 18 goals in 8 games. And Napoli are top of the table right now with the 2nd best defense and the 4th best offense. And the main reason why I also like taking Napoli props is because they didn't do well last season, which means they're not playing any European football, which means no Champions League, no Europa League, no Conference League. So all they have to worry about is the league, and because they're top of the table, they're obviously going to go out there and be hungry and get the win. And they're going up against a weak Lecce side, which is why I like the value you're getting here at minus 1.5. They have a great midfield. McTominay and Gilmore they've picked up, and they've been a really, really good pickup for them. They control the midfield. McTominay just can run nonstop the whole game. They have Anguissa there also to help control the midfield. And they have the attack of Kavishka, Lukaku, and Politano, who have together scored 16 goals and assists so far this season. They've Napoli have scored 15, so 100% of the times, one of the goals are going to be involving one of those 3 players. and they're just a much better team. They've scored 2+ in all 5 games at home, so they can easily score those 2. They can score more than that. They just need to hold the defense, and Lecce is not even a good attack. Lecce have actually yet to concede a single. Lecce have yet to score a single goal away from home. So I like the matchup. Lecce is horrible on the attack, horrible on defense. Napoli's just great on both assets of the game, and like the value here. I like the matchup. I like Napoli -1.5 against Lecce. My next prop is both teams to score in the Palmas and Girona game. Palmas have scored 12 goals in 10 games, while Girona have scored 11 goals in 10 games. So they average over a goal scored so far in the league so far. And also Palmas are more fresh and will fight, like I mentioned before, to be able to get out of the relegation zone. So Palmas are going to be out there and be aggressive, while Girona have scored in both games against them last season. And the reason why I like this prop as well is because both teams are very leaky on defense as well. Palmas have conceded 19 goals in 10 games, which is why they're in the relegation zone, while Girona have conceded 13 goals in 10 games, and they're also tend to be very leaky on defense. Palmas are good in through balls, while Girona are weak at defending those, while Girona are good attacking down the wings, while Palmas is weak at attacking down the wings. So both teams are strong, and while the other team is lacking on defense. So it's going to be a good scoring matchup for both teams, and I expect both teams to score here. So I like this prop. So I like both teams to score in the Palmas and Girona game. The last money line play that I like is the Brentford money line going up against Ipswich Town. Brentford so far after 4 games in the league are undefeated at home with 3 wins and 1 draw, and the main reason why is their ability to be able to score. They've scored 11 goals in 6 games, and they've actually been without Wisa in their last couple games due to injury, but he's set to return this next game whether he starts or he comes off the bench. Regardless, he has 4 goals and assists in 5 games so far, and Ipswich are yet to win a game this season with 4 draws and 4 losses. They have a horrible defense, conceding 16 goals in 8 games, and they score less than a goal a game, scoring 6 and 8. And Brentford will be able to outscore Ipswich, which is the main reason why I like their money line. You could take their higher than 1.5 goals, but one, I don't expect Ipswich to score more than 1, if they can even score 1. And 2, there's always a chance that Brentford win somehow 1-0. So I'd rather take the money line and play it safer that way. The payout is the same either way, and Brentford are good at finishing their chances, which is dangerous considering the fact that Ipswich allow oppositions to take a lot of shots. So Brentford, if they can take a lot of shots, they're going to be able to score, and they're going to have more possession than they usually would, because they're not even a high possession team. But because Ipswich are a low possession team, they're going to have more possession, which means even more shots and attacks than usual, which is just perfect for them. And they have the best attack in the league outside of the top 6, and they've just been playing really great at home, and I expect that to happen here in a great matchup here. So like the Brentford money line going up against Ipswich Town. Thank you everybody for watching. Quickly going over last video's picks. We absolutely smashed the player props. We swept those. We only had 2. We had 8 total player props. We had 2 pushes, and that was Griezmann and Olise to go higher than 2 shots. They ended at 2. But all the other ones hit, including all the added plays. Julian Alvarez, 0.5 shots assisted, hit. Rafinha higher than 2.5 shots, hit. Some are lower than 2.5 saves. He had 2 in the first half. It was sweaty, but he still came through, ended with 2. Schmeichel higher than 3.5 saves. Even if you took the bump at 4, still hit as well. Haaland higher than 4 shots. He hit as well. If you took 3.5, 4.5, doesn't matter. He hit as well. And then Salah higher than 2.5 shots. He hit for us as well. He didn't even play the full minutes like I expected him to, but he still got that 3rd shot, which is what we wanted. So we smashed the player props. We're on a roll with the player props. I believe we swept 2 out of the last 3 videos on player props, and the one day that we didn't sweep was only 1 player prop wrong. So we're absolutely killing those. Money lines on the other hand, last video, I believe I had 2 slips or something like that, or 1 play, 1 slip, and missed both of those. They were both unfortunate. So maybe if we miss one, we do great on the other or something like that. But hopefully we can carry on that momentum on player props and bring it over to tomorrow on both player props and money lines. Like I mentioned before, if I do have any added plays, I'll add them in the pinned comment. Might not be able to add any. I'll try when I can, but I'll be at work. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, and we can cash out tomorrow.